In this video, I'm going to explain to you why tools, when it comes to project management, should actually be one of the last things you think about. Have you ever said, oh, once I'll have this new shiny tool, or once I have my Trello board in order, once I have my sticky notes on the wall all placed in the right place, once I have my new app on my phone, it will all be better? And you got that, and it's not better? Yeah, that's because probably you jumped into choosing a tool before thinking about what do you want to do with that tool. Okay, so the tool is one of the last thing. So what do you need instead of a tool? Well, you need a strategy, because it's not your tools that are going to deliver your projects in your small business. Okay, to begin with, it's the strategy that you need. So, where do you begin? Actually, you begin before the strategy. You need to understand the culture of your small business. Yes, of course, every business has a culture. In a lot of them, it's totally implicit. You know, that's the way we do things around here. That's what is acceptable, is not acceptable in this place. That's the culture, how you communicate, how you work. So you need to understand that. So you need to have that on one side. And on the other side, you need to have your strategy, your business strategy, your goals. What do you want to achieve in your business? Because if you don't have that strategy, if you're not clear on that strategy, on your business goals, well, you won't be able to understand and to choose the projects that will move your business closer to these goals, that will allow you to implement that strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you've got nothing to implement. So your project are just like a haphazard list of activities and ideas that are going all over the place, but that do not fit together to bring your business into one direction, into one goal, to implement a strategy. And so once you've got that strategy, you can understand which projects you need to do. And then once you've got your list of projects, well, you need to prioritize, you need to see which ones am I going to do, and you need to see how you're going to do them. And it's only then that you can begin to think about the tools you may need to deliver your projects. So my tip, first of all, make a list of all the tools that you already use in your business, because sometimes that's enough. That's okay to do what you want to do. It will do what you need to do, and you don't need anything else, anything new. So look at the tools you already have. Then understand what you want to do with these tools in your projects. Okay, what do you want to do? So usually it's to track things, to make sure that things are done, people know what they are doing, managing risks and things like that. So it depends. Okay, but imagine in your project, actually the budget is very important. As in the case in many small businesses, you are tight on money and you have only a limited budget to spend on that project. So you will want a tool in which you will be able to track your project budget very easily, to measure, to know at each point whether you're on budget, you're under budget. Then you can then strategize and you can change the project to follow your budget. Same if your project is very time sensitive. So you really have a fixed deadline. So you want a tool, you want to use something in which you can really have a very clear idea whether your project is on time or not, or if it's running behind schedule, and then, okay, what do you change to still meet that deadline? It can be a high-stake project, yes, even in small businesses, a high-stake project with some major risks. So here you want something that will allow you to see, identify, find the answers, manage, update these risks to make sure that you always know what's going on, where you are with the various risks that could happen to your project. So these are some ideas. But before you need a strategy, then you need your project, and then you need, what do I really want to know, to track, to follow with this project? And then you can say, what tool do I need? So that's for the project. Okay. In project, of course, there's a lot of communication. So again, think about the type of communications you will do in your project before having fancy tools that you don't need. Okay, if the team is in the same room, the same building, well, you may not need a tool for online chat. Okay, if you can go to the next room or even the next desk to speak to someone. But obviously, if the project team, if the people involved in the project are in different locations, maybe work in different time zones, different places at different times, then you will need to find a tool that will allow you to communicate asynchronously. Okay, that someone sending a message will know that the message will be picked up when the person comes to work, when the person is available. So again, know what you're doing, know how you're going to do it, know what you want to track about it, what you need to do within your project, like in terms of communication, and then choose your tools. So if you need some help, book a call. I'll put a link in the description of this video. You can book a call or ask a question, leave a comment under this video, and see you in the next video.